So I'm going to go a little overboard here, and I'm going to throw in some of the 6th grade information that you guys learned last year. But I just want to go over the different points of the box plot and then also show you how it splits up our data. So what I did is I took a survey, and this was the amount of candy collected on Halloween by 9 different kiddos. And so what I'm going to do is I have all my data down here on the bottom. There's all my data on the bottom, all this. What I'm going to do is in order to make a box plot, I've got to find the 5 points. And I know that those 5 points are my lower extreme, my lower quartile, my median, my upper quartile, and my upper extreme. Okay. And so the easiest ones for me to find right away are my extremes. Those are my biggest and my smallest numbers. So my lower extreme is 2, and my upper extreme is 19. I'm going to put those in, 19, 2, right? So I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to put dots up here, 2 and 19. That's my lower extreme, my upper extreme. Now, next easiest for me to find is my median. And I remember from back in the day, in order to find the median, I just cross out the biggest and smallest till I get to the middle. So I'm going to cross out the biggest, the smallest, the biggest, the smallest, the biggest, the smallest, the biggest, the smallest. And so I know my median's right here in the middle is 9, okay? So 9 is my median. That's my median, okay? So I'm going to put that dot right here. All right, now, in order to find my quartiles, basically what that is, once I found this median, it splits my data into 2 parts. I've got my left side and I've got my right side. So this is my lesser side and this is my upper side, okay, or lower side and upper side. So now what I'm going to do to find my lower quartile is I just take the median, I find the median of the lower part. So I cross out the smallest, the biggest, and I'm left with these two. I'm left with 3 and 5, and my median is going to be the number that's right in between there. I'm sorry, my lower quartile is going to be the number that's right in the middle there. And right in the middle of 3 and 4, or 3 and 5, I know is 4. So I know my lower quartile is 4. But I can also do that by adding those up. 5 plus 3 equals 8, and then dividing it by 2, I get 4. So I know my lower quartile is 4. And again, this is not stuff you have to do in 7th grade. I'm just reminding you how we did it, how we got them. Now to find my upper quartile, I'm going to find the median of the right side. So I'm going to cross out the smallest, the biggest, and then I'm left with these two numbers, 14 and 15. And I know right in the middle, that's my upper quartile. I know right in the middle of 14 and 15 is 14.5. So I know that my upper quartile is 14.5. So I'm going to go ahead and put that dot there. Now I'm going to create my box. Whoops. I'm going to create my box here, and I'm going to do it in a different color. I'm going to do it in yellow. All right. And so my box is there. All right. It's my median. It's my lower quartile, my upper quartile. And then my whiskers of the box plot are there and there. Okay. So again, whoops. Again, I've got my lower extreme, my upper extreme, my median, my lower quartile, my upper quartile. Okay. Now, in order to find 2 different things, all right, so let's say I want to find my range. I'm going to erase all this because I've already got all my data. In order to find my range, I have to do the upper extreme minus the lower extreme. All right. And so I know my upper extreme right here is equal to 19 minus my lower extreme, which is 2. So I know my range is equal to 17. So my range is 17. All right. But the other one is called the interquartile range, and that's the size of my box. So that is the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. My upper quartile, we said, was 14.5. So I'm going to put that there, 14.5. And my lower quartile was 4. Do that subtraction. And I get 10.5. So I know my interquartile range is 10.5. Okay. So here's my range. Here's my interquartile range. So those are easy to find. Just remember your range is all this, and your interquartile range is just the size of your box. Okay. Now I'm going to take this even a step further, and I'm almost done. So just be patient. I'm almost done here. Now, the other thing I want you guys to see is this. Once I have my box plot, it splits my data up into 4 different parts, and it's kind of hard to see. but it splits my data up into 4 different parts. So I have my median, and we know the median's right in the middle. So with my median, it splits it up into 2 parts, the left side and the right side. So I would say on the left, there's 50%. And on the right, there's 50%, right? Okay, so that's easy to see, right? But I'm going to take it a step further now, and I'm going to split it up by putting it here and putting a line here. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, right? And so this is just like 4 quarters. So each section is going to be the value of a quarter. So this one, section 1, quartile 1 is 25%. Quartile 2, this section right here is also 25%. The third one is also 25%, and the fourth one's also 25%. So I can look at this data and say that I want to know how many kids got more than 9. What percentage of kids got more than 9 pieces of candy? Well, more is to the right. So what percentage is to the right of 9? Well, there's 25 and there's 25. So together, that would be 50% got more than 9 pieces of candy. Okay. If I wanted to know what percentage of kids got less than 4, well, there's 4, and less is to the left. That would just be 25%. Okay. So with your box plot, it's really easy to split it up into those 4 parts. I just put a line through the median and a line through the lower quartile and upper quartile. And then I've got the 4 parts, each one worth 25%. Anyways, that was really a big review, but this is what you need to know in 7th grade. You don't need to know how to build it like I built it, but you've got to know where your 5 points are: lower extreme, upper extreme, median, lower quartile, upper quartile. And then you have to know the percentages. And then you have to know how to compare them. Anyways, that's all I got.